Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So today I want to talk to you about something that's essential if you're going to have a garden. It doesn't matter if it's a patio garden, a container garden, raised beds, in ground, you're going to need this. And so today I want to talk about ways to irrigate the garden. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I definitely wanted to talk to you today, and it's like the sun is messing with me, so y'all just bear with me because I'm going to turn the camera around in just a second. But I wanted to talk to you today about irrigation. This is something that you're going to have and do if you're going to garden, especially during those hot months. Like, you're going to have to find a way to water. When we first started, we started out with a small plot. Then we expanded the garden because we got a big tree removed, and then we expanded the garden last season as well, and I really want to expand it some more, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But before I came up with automated ways to irrigate the garden, y'all, I was getting out and spending about 2 to 3 hours watering things. And I felt that it's time to step it up because you could be doing other things like harvesting, weeding, feeding, checking the leaves underneath for, pests and disease. Like, it was really becoming a lot. So I knew that was when I had to go ahead and try to do something that could at least shave about half the time off. So let me just show you 4 ways on irrigation, and then I also want to unbox with you something that I ordered and I got in the mail the other day that I want to try this season, especially for my pots. So let's go ahead and start off with irrigation method number 1. Okay, so here is the good old water hose. This is what I still use today. I have been using, and what I do, depending on what it is, like if it's a shrub, I will just use it and do really what I used to see my grandmother do, is just like stick it down in the soil and just leave it there for a few minutes and let it get a good deep watering. And we'll just do it like that. But I also have attachments and sprayers depending on what it is and depending on how I want to water. We have different attachments and sprayers that's adjustable. And so sometimes I will hook that on and we will also water this as well. So this has been my method for quite a while now. And like I say, I still use it for some things like some of my pots, but I definitely wanted to go to something that would help me out, which brings me to an irrigation method number 2 that I absolutely love, and it helps cut the watering down. So let me show you irrigation method number 2. Okay, so we just changed our fall flower arrangement out. I'll link the video where we did like a fall arrangement. So we just changed it out, getting it ready for spring. I started some pansies from seed, so we planted them. But let me tell you about these self-watering pots. I absolutely love them. During the summer, all I do is just keep an eye on these little 3 raindrops right here. And once they get low, what I'll do is I'll come in here and just add some more water. But when I tell you, it has really, like, if I could switch over all of my pots to this right here, I would, because it has really cut down so much watering, because it waters it from the roots, and then the rain falls as well. But this has just been a game changer right here. This season we are laying down these soaker hoses in kind of like what I would call the original part of the garden. Now, I changed my mind after we got someone to show us how it's supposed to be done, and my husband is supposed to finish off the task. He said he will do it by the time that the weather gets warm, but you better believe I'm going to hold him to it. But the reason why I changed my mind is because I tried this before and it started off good, and then it just kind of diminished, and I learned that it didn't have enough pressure. So what the guy did was he started tapping into, which is, if y'all have been following me, this is what I've been saying I wanted somebody to do the whole time. Tap into the existing sprinkler system that is over there and run drip. Drip is what I wanted. Drip is different from soaker hose. I'll show you a version of drip in a minute. But at first when we used these, we did find out that some of the soaker hoses that we had, they were like non-functioning. So at first I thought it was me, but he did confirm they were non-functioning. He started running it again. So we're going to add these into the new, the old part of the garden. We're installing these now. I had cleared out the beds because I told my husband, you know, it's better when you clear out everything. And I planted garlic, and now the garlic is starting to grow. So we're just going to have to work around that. Okay, so next, this is like a drip irrigation kit that I got from the big box stores. We have this in the expanded garden beds that we did last year. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how they look, but I'm really pleased with this. These holes are like every 12 inches, but they do the job. We have them on a timer currently, but what I did is I picked up a 4 outlet timer because I want my husband also to run this particular kit over to the patio garden that we have right here. See, I've been coming out watering everything, but I want him to run that drip that I just showed you to the patio garden. We have 2 of these planters just to make it easier for me using that 4 outlet timer, because currently we just have a 2 outlet timer. So this is the timer that we currently have. One goes to the main water hose, and then one goes to the drip that we have in the new garden. We never did bury the line, but that's okay. We'll get to that, y'all. Sometimes you just gotta do stuff in stages, but I wanted to show you the drip. We have planted out some of our spring vegetables, and so when they're small, I like to cover them because I still see we still have just a little bit of pests, but not a lot. But I want to show you the drip irrigation here. So this is the drip, and we just, you know, ran it up and down, and we have it on a timer, and it works out great. Like, I don't have to come out here and water things. Y'all just don't know how much of a time saver it is. Now, again, I still have to water, you know, my pots like this. If I wanted to, but we really were like right at the edge of drip. Like, we had just enough for these 3 beds. If I wanted to, we could tap into this one and possibly, you know, put a drip line here, and then we have some seeds that are supposed to come up in here. So I still water pots, but I'm not out here 2-3 hours, and especially maybe even longer in the summer, watering everything that's in the garden. So we have this coming on every day. It's in all of the beds. Y'all, it's windy out here. That's why you see the pot over there, but it's very windy, and they just run up and down, and that takes off a lot of time. So comment below and let me know what type of irrigation method that you currently use for your garden. Okay, so we cannot forget about the good old watering can, which I use a lot on the patio for some of my containers right here on the patio. And I can't get enough of water containers. This is just the 3 that I thought I would show y'all. I do love these the best. This one, the only reason why I'm saying I don't love it the best is because over time the sun beats it up, and you can see how it's cracking and things like that. But this actually has an attachment where you can put a nozzle on here as well. I just got to find it, but I like to water some of the pots so that I can get right down to the soil and not like wet up the leaves. So most of the time if I water, I have this off, but there is an option where you can put the nozzle on and like water it. And then these are I like this one for some of my smaller plants, like right here, that I can just get straight to and, you know, just water right down here at the baseline. And I just also use this as well, but I notice over time it's starting to crack and chip, and that's because, you know, the sun. So now let's go ahead and I'll show you what we are going to try this season. And if you all have tried this, comment below, let us know, just in case others want to try it as well. Okay, so here's the nozzle that goes on it. This is how it looks. You just tighten it on there. And you know it's not going to act right because I'm trying to show y'all, but you just line it up and tighten it on there. But again, I don't use that very often. I just like to use it like this. Okay, so Grow Oya is a porous clay irrigation vessel. And again, I have been seeing these. I have looked at the reviews, and so I wanted to try this particularly in some of the garden beds in the old garden, and then I wanted to try like the smaller ones in some of the pots that we have that I have to still hand water. Okay, so I wanted to kind of show you inside. What I did is I ordered 2 of each. They come in small, medium, and large. So I ordered 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 what did I say? Small, medium, and 2 large. So this is the medium right here. I hope you all can see. I'm telling you, why do I come out at the most crazy times? But basically what you do, and I'll put the other ones out so I can show you how big they are. This is the small one. So you basically just dig a hole in the garden, or even in some of your pots. I can also use these in the patio garden as well. You dig a hole, you plant it there, you put water in there, and it keeps the ground around it moist. So when it feels like the ground is dry, then over time with the clay porous pot, it will like seep water into the soil. So this is the small one right here, and I want to show you each size just in case you're trying to determine how big they are. They do have the measurements, but I just want you to see how big they are just in case you have a raised garden bed, a patio planter, or even a pot, so you'll know about what size you need if you decide to place an order. And it has like instructions on the side about what you're supposed to do, different plants to avoid. So you can definitely see the root crops are what you should avoid, and then some plants that you can use with them. Here is the small one. This is how big it comes right here. So this would be perfect for one of the pots that I'm thinking about. This will also be perfect for my patio garden up here as well. So we got 2 of each side. So I'm just going to really quickly show you the medium and the large, just so you can see the size on how big that they are. The medium is 7 inches in diameter, and one thing that you have to consider as well, which was, I'm glad they put it on the box, just like with other terracotta pots, they will freeze and possibly crack. So if you stay in a very cold zone that is prone to freeze, you definitely want to get these out of your garden and put them up until it's time to plant again, because what I will tell you is they are a little on the pricey side. So you definitely don't want to have this crack from possible freeze. So let me just show you the last large one, and then we are going to finish it up. Okay, so here is our large right here. If you all can see, this is one of these is good for a 4x4. Every time I continue to unbox, I continue to see like new stuff I want to share with y'all, but I'll make sure that I put the information down like under each one as far as the growing space and the diameter, just in case you missed it. But I'm going to put it here because y'all will see me scream if I drop this. But this is the large one right here. Again, it's good for a 4x4 garden bed. You just need like one in the middle, and that's how big they come. So again, if you have used these, make sure you comment below and let us all know. I'm very eager to try them. I will let you know how I like them throughout the growing season, but I have seen very good reviews about them. What I will tell you is that if you want to use them this season, go ahead and order them, because it took a little while for mine to be sent because they make them to order. And then I will tell you they are a little bit on the pricey side, but I've just been hearing so many good reviews about it. And then you have to also think about your time versus, something that is able to automate the watering for you so that you can do other things. Like that's how I figured it, because I'm thinking 2 to 4 hours watering Like I could be doing a whole bunch of stuff, and if something like the automated drip or the soaker hose or even the Oya, if that will assist me, then I can at least get some of my time back. So even if you don't have this, again, comment, let us know what all do you use to irrigate your garden. Do you use a water hose? Do you have a drip system set up? Just let us know in the comments. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. If you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye-bye.